Oh. What's happening, everybody? So welcome back to another YouTube video. In the previous video you didn't see me make a garment, and the week before that you did. So we've taken a few weeks off sort of constructing and creating garments, and also I made a bit of a different video last week. It was more of a challenge video with Matt. But essentially this week I want to create a blue patchwork denim Ushanka Trapper style hat. So essentially they're like, I guess, inspired from the Russian sort of like rabbit fur hats. But basically I've been doing these for years. Every year around this sort of time I do a collection of like, whether that's like 20 or whether that's like 5, but this time I'm going to do six Ushanka hats, and they're all patchwork denim. I actually made one before this video just to test all the fabric. I'll throw that up here. It's got a cool sort of like face mask covering which goes on the back, and it also goes on the front in a different way too. But yeah, I'm really excited to sort of make all 6 of these hats, and I'm basically just going to break down the process of 1 or 2 of these hats, and yeah, let's get into it. So usually an item that I create can take from a day all the way up to 4 days, but the process of this is quite quick. I'm gonna say 4 hours on construction time. So I'm hoping, what time is it now? It is 8:43 p.m. I normally just stay in here all day, every day anyway, but I would like to go home and chill tonight. So I kind of want to get to the stage where I have patchworked it all, added all the details, hand stitched, added the patches where I like them and all that sort of thing, and then come in tomorrow morning and put the whole hat together. So this is where all my patchwork denim items start from. These are just legs off of a pair of jeans. I always use the same weight pairs of jeans just because I like it all coming out pristine and really sort of high quality. I never use any cheap denim or anything along the lines of, you know, stretchy denim or anything like that. This is where it all starts, and I just grab my scissors and pretty much just so I've just finished ripping all of the denim, and now I have a big chunk of ripped blue denim. So the next process would be to start patchworking the fabric. The pattern. So this is everything fully patchwork now, and essentially the next step is just sewing it all together, and then we get onto all the fun bits like the hand stitching and adding all the little like patches, and then cutting out the lining, batting and wadding the lining, and then yeah, just putting it all together really. But it's not too big of a process this, it's just making sure the pattern works. I've been through so many patterns. I've been making these for 3-4 years now, and just going through different patterns and making sure it fits right on the head, because every one I make is a little bit different, and then I alter the pattern a little bit, but I think this pattern here is the finalized really nice version. So yeah, let's keep going. So now I'm literally just cutting all of the back sides of what I've literally just patchworked. It just cleans it up a little bit and makes it nicer. This bit's kind of boring, but all the main sort of construction and all the things I'm going to be doing to the actual hat when the base of it's together is the more exciting part. Pretty much how it's going to be laid out. This is like the back and the side sort of bit with the flaps, and then you have the top bit, the 2 side bits, and then these are the 2 side flaps, and then you have the visor, and then this is the mask that connects to this side and this side. But I actually really thought this was interesting because it kind of looks like a speech bubble. and it goes over your mouth, so that's kind of a cool little thing. Right, so this part of the process is the hand stitching. It's the Sashiko Japanese technique of mending denim, but you can obviously use it in an artistic way, which is Sashiko. The mending side of it is more the borrow sort of term. This is the hand stitching part. I essentially just draw loads of squiggly lines. I have all the pattern ready now. I think I'm just going to hand stitch this bit. It's getting quite late, it's 16 minutes past 12, so I'm going to hand stitch a few bits of this, get the last bus home, get in early tomorrow, and then I'm going to finish the hat. I want to add the same thing I added onto the other hat, which was like that cover. I want to have it interchangeable, so you could either use this one or the other one. So I'm going to build that tomorrow. For now I'm just going to hand stitch this, and then we'll add all the details and all the little bits to make the hat really cool tomorrow. So yeah, let's hand stitch.
All these things began long before the Soviet Union.
So I managed to get a few of the patches done. I did a few crosses on there, and obviously all of this, but it is so late and I have about a minute left on my timer to go home, so I think I'm gonna get the last bus, not be late for it, and then tomorrow we will resume exactly where we are, hand stitch the rest of the pieces, and then just create the whole hat. It's so hard not to say jacket because I'm just used to it, but yeah, we'll create the hat and it'll be sick. So yeah, see you tomorrow. Hello everybody, so it is the next day, and essentially I have all the hand stitching to resume from last night. I got a bit tired last night and obviously it got late, so I had to redo this today, but it shouldn't be more than like a few hour process from now. I'm going to finish off the hand stitching, and then after that I'm going to construct the sort of shell of the hat, and then after the shell of the hat is done, then we will start doing all the little details. I wanted to add a little toggle to the back of the hat so you could tighten and untighten it. I wanted to add the patches. I wanted to do the front face mask, which I'm going to do 2 alterations, so it's either a detachable, well, there'll be 2 options for the detachabilities. You'll either have like a bigger one or that sort of speech bubble thing that I showed you yesterday. I don't really know how that's going to turn out, but we'll try and give that a go. And then it's just making the lining, wadding the lining, and then adding all the stuffing to the sort of bits that need a little bit more padding and warmth in it. And then it is go, 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 create the hat, and then give it a few hours and we should have completed it. So yeah. So I've just finished hand stitching all the pieces. This is going to be one of the face covering masks, and then there's going to be another one which is going to be way bigger, more of like a draping sort of face mask, and they're both going to be detachable. But this part of the process which I'm doing now is adding all the patches. Normally the patches that I use for my jackets and trousers and sort of like, you know, main pieces of clothing, they're quite big, so they're not going to be able to fit on the actual like main part of the hat, the side, the top, or like the back, because these panels are quite slim. So I think there is one or two that I've put aside, which I am going to try and either put on one of the 2 face masks or try and fit it somewhere on the cap. I'll show you what I mean in a second. But yeah, no, I really like this sort of style of patchworking and hand stitching. I did create like a 5 to 10 piece collection which was solely based on patchwork denim, and I sort of crafted my style during making them 10 to 15 pieces for the collection. The collection is called Horsepower, and essentially I absolutely love the pieces I made. I haven't released anything of it yet, but it is coming out. It's loads of cool patchwork bags, jackets, shorts. You must have seen all the items around my studio. There's literally a jacket hung up behind me and a pair of shorts hung up next to me there too. But I'm looking at this bag and I sort of just thought about saying how much I love this sort of style of patchwork, and I love that it's sort of like a signature to Roughcut. I haven't made that many sort of like patchwork items for these videos. It's mainly been my printed stuff, but I like to balance it between the patchwork denim and the fully printed items. It's just crafting that sort of like unique item which sort of has its own theme and story behind it, you know. When someone looks at it, they can reference the patches and be taken into like this world of Roughcut. But yeah, let's do the patches. I'm excited to show you this finished because I've never shown you guys a hat. And yeah, we'll start constructing, do all the lining, do the patches, do all the details, the eyelets, and yeah, let's go. So, take 2 on actually having all the panels ready. Now they are. This is the last one that I just needed to complete, and now it is. So, essentially now I just clean my table, make sure that all of like the things are back in place, and I have a nice clean slate, be able to lay out my patches and choose the ones which I want to choose and put on the hat. So yeah, mainly the patches are going to go on the face masks, and if I do have any small ones then I will put them on the hat, but the panels, like I said, are way too small, so I don't know whether I'm actually going to get any on there. But yeah, let's just lay out each one and just sort of see what we're working with, and then I sew them to obviously the denim, and then yeah, on to the next stage. So I've got all my panel pieces ready there, and essentially the next step is to sew all the lining and make the lining. So I'm using, for the back and side piece, I'm using this polar fleece as the fur. This will go on the visor, the 2 flaps here and the back side here, but on the inside of the cap that would be too thick and it would make the hat really like bulky. So I'm using this sort of nice plaid material here, but I need to wad this because this is too thin and it would make the hat too flimsy otherwise. So yeah, I'm using this plaid material and I'm wadding it, and then on the outside is that polar fleece. Yeah, it's just me sort of constructing all the panels, putting them together and doing all that sort of thing. And then The next stages are the details, so all of like, you know, once I've put it all together, then it's like the little cinch on the back, and then sorting out where all the sort of like attachments go, top stitching everything to make it look clean, and essentially just putting the hat together. So yeah, let's go. So, I've now got all my panels ready, and I top stitched and sewn them together. So on one side you have the polar fleece, and on the other side you have the main denim patchwork painting patches, you know, the main fabric. So I'm really happy with them all. Starting to really take shape now of like how I wanted it to look. I've sewn all the lining bits together too, which is nice, and wadded it, as you can see. And yeah, pretty much now I've just got to put the shell of the hat together, like the outside shell, like I've done here with the inside, and then it's just constructing it together. I need to stuff these with some polyfill, some polyester fill. The things that I'm stuffing are going to be the back and side bit, the visor, the two side flaps, and then that's it. And then essentially once the shell's together, you can start putting it all together, and then I'll be doing the little details and rivets and eyelets and poppers and all the sort of bits that make it detachable and attachable. And then yeah, it's just finishing it up, cleaning the whole thing, and then the hat will be done. So this is the polyfill. It's I don't really tend to use it too much anymore, just because I prefer to like wad everything. But with stuff like this, I feel like the wadding would be a bit too much structure for the hat, if that makes sense. Like I wouldn't want it to be like not so flimsy, whereas like when you're making like a jacket, you want that structure. So yeah, I'm literally just filling these pieces. And now it's just the shell of the hat which needs to come together now, which I'm gonna sew now, and then you top stitch all the seams, and then everything's pretty much ready to put together. And then I have all my hardware bits over here, which I'm going to add to the masks. I'm just hoping I have enough like buttons, because I'm running out. I do need to do a big order. I'm pretty sure I said that 2 videos ago, and I never did the order for more buttons. So yeah, we'll see what we got.
Video, the vlog that I was trying to
So this here is the final hat ready to put together. I've done all the details and stuff. There is one more thing I need to do once it's together, and that is to add these buttons to the face masks so they have a detachable area. But this is all the panels that I've pretty much cut out. You know, you have the main shell, you have the 2 side flaps, the visor, the side and back bit that goes round the hat, then you have face mask number 1 and then face mask number 2, and then this is the inner lining which we wadded, and then on the inside it's that plaid material. So yeah, I'm just going to construct this all together now, and then I'll touch bases when we have to put the buttons on. I'm going to try it on, you'll see me like test it out. I think this is the really good pattern now. I've like altered the pattern, so I think this pattern's going to be really, really nice on my head. Oh yeah, and there was one more thing. I'm going to add a little rope to the bottom of this, which ties up, and it's like a little thing that you can tie at the top of the hat. I've got to do that bit too, so I will do that after the hat is constructed. So yeah, let's get to construction. Let's put it all together, and then yeah, we'll touch bases after that is done.
also said, don't worry, this is not a serious
Right, hello. I've just finished putting on all of the detachable buttons, and this is actually insane. This is number 2 of 6 that I am making, and let me just show you it on, because it's insane. Like, I actually really like it. The fit is perfect, you see? And yeah, I really like it. When you button it up, it has such a nice, like, cozy sort of feel to it. Show the back too. Yeah, it's insane. And the mask fit exactly how I wanted it to fit. Let me show you that too. When it's buttoned up, ooh. Yeah, this is insane. I actually love it. And like when it hangs, it looks cool too. It can just like hang and just sort of chill out there, you know? Which is also a sick little detail. But everything is so nice. Like, I love the fur on this. Like this sort of like faux polar fleece is really nice. Yeah, I'm insanely happy with this. It's insane. I love how like the visor sort of rolls up. There's like a roll to the visor, which is really nice, and I've sewn it down so it has this sort of like, I don't know if you can see there, but it has this sort of like little curve to it, which is really nice. All the patches, the patchwork itself is really nice, and I absolutely love the lining. The lining's insane. It's like this sort of like plaid material. Absolutely gassed on that. The fact that this is like 2 of 6 is insane. And being around winter time, this has such like a nice like cozy sort of like feel to it. There was another face mask. I didn't actually attach that yet, but it will come with it. It's like a bigger sort of like mask which drapes around. Yeah, gassed. This wasn't meant to be a long video, and actually I thought I'd complete it quite a little bit quicker, but sometimes I like that the process can go on a little bit longer. If you're interested in like sort of like watching how I create the other sort of 4 of these, or you're interested by any chance in purchasing one of these, they are going to be around the £150 mark, around that sort of mark. There's going to be 6 individual ones with different attachments, all different. They're going to be completely different fur. If you're interested, go over to my Instagram. And I guess to stop me rambling, I will catch you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. This is incredible. And yeah, see you in a little bit. Oh, it's me, the Rambler again, the person that just went on for ages in the outro, but essentially the digital pattern of that hat, which you can download and pay for on my website, print out on A4 paper and create your own version of that hat, is available now on my website. It's the exact same pattern as what I used to create that hat in this video. I'm doing this thing called Roughcut MYOG, which is Roughcut Make Your Own Garments, is a series I'm going to drop all my patterns. If creating this hat is something you're interested in, then definitely go and buy that pattern, and then hashtag Roughcut MYOG on Instagram so I can see what you've created. Less of me rambling. Go buy the pattern if you want to. You can always use this video as a reference to how I've created it. If you have any trouble, just go back on the video and figure out what you're doing. It's meant for an intermediate designer, but if you're a beginner, you're probably able to do it too, as long as you have a good sewing machine. So yeah, alright, goodbye.